Morning, moms. We are here today, and since it's such a gray and dreary day in Northern Virginia, and so many of you say all the time you want mom friends, we thought we would do a new thing where we just pick up somebody who lives in Northern Virginia, and today we have Tina, we're in Gainesville, and drive around and talk mom stuff. So we were thinking we'd ask like 3 main questions, and we want your feedback as to like what type of questions should we be asking when we do this, because we're gonna try and do it once a week. So so far we thought we'd do like what are your big struggles, so that we can use each other to help everybody with their struggles. We're gonna ask you what you're great at as a mom, so we can all learn and have great new tools for our toolbox, and then whatever else you guys decide. So start us off, Tina.
Hi, I'm Tina, and I am a single mom of 3. My son is 16, and my girls are 7 and 8. So, I'm sure there's a lot of single moms out there. You know, we're all moms at the end of the day, but I think that obviously we have different struggles than married folks do. Not that anyone's are easier, but they're different, and you really can't relate unless you're a single mom or you're married or whatever it may be. So that's why I decided to step up and do it, because I think that it's important to learn about what everybody does, good and or bad, as a mother, because I know I do bad things sometimes. I think that Bad Moms, that movie, is totally made after me. And I think that movie actually really does grasp the life of a mother, because if we don't make mistakes and do bad things, we're not going to learn from it. Our children are going to think we're perfect and life is perfect, and it's not.
Right,
so,
we're supposed to fail fast, right?
Yeah. And you know, the one thing that I guess I can just answer the question as of, you know, what do I do that's good as a mother? I think owning my mistakes, I think, is what I do as a mother that I think my kids can learn from. I'm not perfect, and I do make mistakes, and I will own it, and I will tell my kids when I'm wrong. I will tell them what I'm doing to fix it, and I think that they do appreciate that, because I will never act like I am a perfect person, a perfect mother, all that good stuff. So
I think it is good when our kids hear us say that we're sorry, you know, because it gives, they know we're human, right?
Yeah.
And then they don't feel so bad when they get it wrong too, because we're all going to get it wrong.
yeah, I actually had to say I'm sorry this morning to my son, and I did it. And
It starts early in our house.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, it was like 2 hours ago I had to say I was sorry.
Good thing you got the sorry in, because I'm still feeling like I should have gotten the sorry in, because, you know, I was like, boundaries, this is mommy's time to be on the bike, and, you know.
Yeah, and I felt bad, but at the same time, I felt better that I said I was sorry, because we have that guilt, you know, when it comes to that, but he forgave me. And he forgives me every day sometimes.
Well, it's a good lesson for them too. They learn how to apologize as well.
Yeah.
And it's okay to, if you did something wrong, say you're sorry and move on. It's a good lesson.
Ooh, speaking of that, the one thing that I'll throw in that I feel like has been helpful to me is I always listen to people say, you know, I'm sorry, and people say it's okay. And I always am correcting my kids saying, it's not okay, but you can say I forgive you.
Right.
Because I feel like for us to learn forgiveness, right? Like we have to get comfortable forgiving. And it's not okay typically what people have done, right? And we need to not let them off, you know, but we can forgive them, right?
And also, I think, I mean, at least I do, I say to my kids, you know, I do forgive you. However, I'm not going to forget it, because I don't want it to keep happening over and over and over again. And you know, have I made the same mistake twice, 3 times?
4, 5, 6.
4, 5.
Yeah,
like,
a bunch. Me too.
Yeah, but I want to hold myself accountable for what I've done and learn from it. So,
Somebody's watching.
yeah.
Hey, Kristen.
Hey, Kristen.
Hey, how are you today? We're talking mom stuff.
Mom stuff.
So, you know.
Share your mom stuff.
You have great mom stuff, Kristen. Matter of fact, you need to come along on our next ride along and share your good mom tips and your fun sense of humor, because we love you.
Yes.
So we're talking struggles, we're talking things we do well, so we can help each other out. We don't want any mom in Northern Virginia to feel alone today, because it's gray weather. It's that season where, I don't know about you guys, but I start to feel like,
I'm tired all the time.
And when I get other moms around me and friends, I feel like energized.
Yeah.
And so all the strangers in Northern Virginia, they're just like our friends that we haven't met yet. So I feel like we just want to build community and just help each other. You know, if you have struggles, message us. We will, you know, make sure you're not alone, because this is not the season to be alone.
Or if it's something personal, you can always PM me. Last name is Purcell, Tina Purcell. I'm very open, and believe me, I've been through a lot myself. So, you know, just to be honest, I know Monique's probably laughing because I say that because I am very, very honest. I literally have to up my medications during this time of the year. It's dark, it's rainy, the holidays. I mean, boo.
I sit by the little light, you know, the little light in our office.
Yeah, she has that sunlight.
I try to
light.
envision I'm in California.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It's, you know, it's funny because years ago, before I went on medication, my doctor's like, you know, you should get a light box, and I was like, a light box, like a lamp. And it's actually it's a box that gives you light, that so you are feeling better, because this is a really bad time of the year for a lot of people, and me being one. So I upped it this morning, and I feel great.
Oh, so there we go. Share what you do during this time of year that helps you with the gray day after gray day. Because for me, it's getting on the bike in the morning. We have a bike right next to our bed, and even if it's 5 minutes, and I know my entire day will be better if I got on the bike in the morning, because it's the natural endorphins that I get going. And honestly, like, it's miserable to get on that bike, but
That's the worst part.
that's the
Actually
worst
just
part.
doing it.
Once I'm on it, I have Emma Lovewell, and I'm
Yeah.
like, today she had Coldplay on, which, by the way, their new album comes out today, apparently.
Ooh, I love
And it
The
was
worst part is you going right. You're going right.
Thank
The
you.
worst part is after you do it, you're like, oh, I feel so good. But then the next day, it's a struggle to do it again. Even though you have the memory of, I did it yesterday and felt great, but for some reason, I don't know.
It's because you can't walk the next day. Or at least for me.
That's true.
You know, I actually did something different this morning. I love reality TV. I like drama.
Dig me some Real Housewives.
Yes.
Yeah, what show do you like? Share your favorite shows too, because I need some new stuff.
Okay, this is really weird and really embarrassing. I like Temptation Island. I like
not
to
watched that.
see relationships crumble or develop.
to make you feel very.
Or develop. You know, to be honest with you, it makes, I don't know, it makes me feel better that my marriage didn't work, maybe, or something. I don't know. Or
Just let you know that everybody else is in the same predicament, and that nobody has it really figured out.
Yeah, and then you see a true love story, and you're like, oh, it's like, you know. But this
I
morning,
know you're thinking, yeah, that's not gonna last.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, I'll
Okay,
be-
good luck
So
with
that
Yeah.
reminds me, your advice for single moms, because I have a lot of friends right now who are finding themselves in a position of being a single mom, and I feel like it is a huge struggle
Yeah.
being a mom of 3 and being married. And I mean, God forbid my husband leaves for, you know, a night on
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
travel, right? Like, so what are your big tips and suggestions? And if you, as single moms, have great tips and suggestions, post them for other moms, because that's what we're talking about today.
Yeah, I was trying to think about this morning, like what I was going to talk about, and you know, as a single mom, the struggles that I have. And I think the biggest for me is, number one, is juggling my career. I'm a loan officer, and I'm on 100% commission, so my hours are really weird. So I feel guilty sometimes for that. I think the biggest struggle that I have is that I don't have anywhere to go or anybody to hand my kids off to when I've had enough. You know, I can't just say, you take them, I'm going to the store, I'm going to go. They're with me and I have nowhere to go. Sometimes I literally act like I'm going to the bathroom and I close the door.
My bathroom door is the only one in my house
Yeah.
that does not lock.
Well,
I mean,
that's-
seriously,
no,
make it push it,
no,
right?
no,
You
no.
need to
You
come over and
gotta
fix
fix
that
that.
for
I'll
me
come
today.
over.
No,
Thank
that's-
you.
no. And-
Personal
yeah.
space, people.
And I think they know, because usually I don't lock the door, so they're always coming in, and they always have something to say. Hey, Mom, what? I'm like, really? I'm going to the bathroom. But when I lock it, they know not to mess with me, because I need to cool off.
Yeah.
So that's really tough. The other day, I literally had to leave. My son was there. He's 16. And I left and I drove around the neighborhood for about 10 minutes to cool down, because I just literally wanted to snap. And I think I probably did. And that was another apology that I went in and did. But I'm real. And so that is probably my biggest struggle, is not being able to take a breath And
So as single moms, if you have figured out something, you know, that is your go-to for how you get your own personal space, share that, please.
Yeah. And I think, you know, to be honest with you, I think back in the day, I mean, I still love
Even not as a single mom, how do you get your personal
right,
space?
exactly.
That's just
exactly.
a mom question.
I like wine, and I would all have a glass of wine every single night, and realize that's really not the answer. So, you know, it's, and that was a lot during my divorce and all that kind of stuff, but now I've just been trying to figure out, you know, then it was smoking cigarettes, and I've quit, you know, for a while. Yeah, no, yay. And then it was eating. So right now I'm just trying to figure out really what to do.
All right, so help our sister Tina out.
Yeah.
Share your good stuff, and I'm sure a lot of moms on here will benefit from knowing all the good things you do.
Yeah, I do actually have a lot of healthy foods now. Like in my car, I have a bag of cashews, I have a trail mix, I have apricots, because that is my go-to, is food. You know, like I said, it was a cigarette for a while there, and now it's not. So if I am going to eat, I want it to be halfway healthy.
Awesome.
Yeah,
That's good.
Like it.
Changing your habits.
yeah, I know, right? I think I'm growing
The
up.
hard part is, especially in your situation, is, you know, I mean, you're struggling with finding the time for your job and your kids, but then you have to find time for you to work out, or like, how do you find that time? Like, you know what I mean? How do you segment for that? When the kids are at school, obviously that's when you're doing your job, but then how do you manage to find, you know, healthy workout or go to the gym, or how does that work?
Well, I don't really. I think with the luxury of my job, I can work out
Yeah.
sometimes, you know, during the day, because I don't want my kids to come home and then me go off to the gym and put them in daycare.
Right.
It's not fair. And I'm tired too. I mean, I want to chill. I want to do their homework. I want to watch TV with them. I want to cook dinner. So I'm still trying to learn that. To be honest with you, I haven't.
Well, especially this time of year. Like last night, it was literally like dark at 5 o'clock.
I know.
I was in bed at 5:30, like binge watching. I don't remember. I was catching up on This Is Us, I think. And I'm just tired this time of year.
Yep.
It's just tiring.
Yep.
The other
sun goes
interesting
down
thing
and I feel sad.
is what we believe. Like, why do you think it's not fair to get that time for yourself too? Because we sometimes have beliefs in our minds that we think, oh, it's not fair. But if it makes you a better mom, that you have spent that time getting out your aggression, right? So you can go home and be
Yeah.
the peaceful mom,
It's true,
right?
yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
it is
that's
true.
better time spent with kids. If it's, I mean, I actually found going back to work was huge for me, because I came home as, like, you know, fewer hours to be with my kids where I could be more their rah-rah cheerleader than spending all day at home where I'm losing my mind, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think it's finding that thing that, you know, rejuvenates you.
Well, I think that just changing my habits. I mean, I literally have changed the circle of friends that I hang out with. Everything has changed for the better. So I'm slowly doing it. And to be honest with you, I'm happier now than I've really been in a long time. I mean, do my pants fit the way that I want them to? No.
None of
you
us
know?
do around this
Yeah,
time of year.
Exactly. And you know what? For the first time, I'm actually okay with it. I'm actually okay. You know, I am. I'm happy. I mean, really, it's been a long time for me to be able to say that, but things have changed for the better, and I've learned boundaries. I've learned that I cannot control things that I can't worry about things I don't have control over.
Yeah.
And I did that for so long, and I still do it, and then I remind myself of it. You know, it's been through therapy, it's been through my, you know, the new friends I hang out with, and me just liking myself and just being better.
So share some therapy tricks too, because there's probably a lot of people out there who, you know, would love to go to therapy but maybe don't have the funds to go to therapy, or you know, so what are some things you learned in therapy that really helped you with either the divorce or with, you know, whatever you were in therapy for?
Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to back up real quick, because you talk about what I do for myself. I do go to therapy. I do that, and
Okay.
I do it every week. And so I was wrong. I do that, and I really like it. The two things that I've really learned is boundaries. I've never really had them before. So, I get to set the rules. I get to say what kind of relationship I want to have with you, or with my mother, or with my children, or with somebody who I thought was a friend is not. And you know what? I don't want to be friends with anymore. I literally blocked people. At one point, I blocked a couple right in a row.
Clearing out the negativity in your life sometimes is a really freeing thing.
Yep,
and
absolutely.
feeling that you don't have to. Yes.
Yep. So I think having boundaries and just knowing that you're in control. And I used to go in to things black and white, and my therapist, I'll never forget, she said, what if you went in, Tina, in gray? Now, I don't know how that is. I either like you or I hate you. You're either bad or good. You're either hot or you're not. But I think now I go in gray. I go in and just kind of, hopefully things work out, and if they don't, they don't. And the other thing I learned, is something I just had said, is that I can't keep worrying about things that I have no control over. And I did that for so long, and like I said, I still do, but I literally just say in my head, Tina, there's nothing you can do about this. You can't change it. So you're doing a good job. Look at what you're doing. And I literally sit there and think to myself of the great things. I just closed 2 loans last week. I have one new relationship that I kept working on. And now she's giving me business. So that's positive. It's not negative. Maybe it's tiny for somebody else, but it's huge for me. So I just kind of talk to myself about that kind of stuff.
I think way too many of us worry too much. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like worrying, we take that one little negative that's in our life, right? And we focus on it until it turns into this big spiral of ugh. And versus, looking at all the things. I don't know if you saw this cool little, it was on last holiday season too, where the guy's wrapped up in Christmas paper and he wakes up next to his wife and she's wrapped up in Christmas paper, and there's, the light switch is wrapped up because you have lights right away. Where all these little things that we could be so thankful for that we kind of overlook because we're just focused on that one little negative thing versus all the good that is there, right?
It definitely changes your mindset on everything in your life. Let one negative thought kind of take you down that spiral, it affects every other thought you're having too.
Yeah.
So to kind of take that thought captive and not allow it to run rampant in the rest of your life is a very good exercise. It's very hard.
It is
Actually,
hard.
you know what helps
beneficial.
too to focus on what's good? Asking empowering questions. Like directing your mind to focus on that good stuff, And so, even with other people too, you can tell if you're spending time with somebody and they want to be negative, all of a sudden asking them oh, what happened that was great this week for you? And it's like they become a different person it's interesting.
Yeah. I don't know about anybody else, but I can't sleep at night.
Oh, girl, don't get me started.
Yeah, I know. Especially when I have something on my mind.
Right.
And my mind won't stop. It just keeps going and going. And usually the thing that keeps me up at night is something that I have no control over.
Yeah.
And it's, why am I thinking about this? I'm miserable. I didn't sleep last night. I had 2 hours, whatever it might be. And so literally saying to myself, there's nothing you can do about it. Focus on the positive has helped me. The past couple months, I've had great sleep, which is very odd for me.
Those things that keep us up at night, I have found them to be, for me personally, triggers to pray about them. Okay, I cannot do anything with this, but in my faith, I believe God can do whatever he wants with it, right? I've seen him work miracles. So it's kind of like my reminder, okay, give that to God, right? And, it is what it is, right? Because those are things that we are not in control. And we learn so quickly we are not in control, right? We want to be. And,
And also, I always took everything so personal. Why doesn't this person want to work with me, or this person? It's okay. It's okay.
Will says that all the time. She's like, I don't want everybody.
I don't want all the business.
Oh, I never forget Mo.
I want the cool people that
Mo goes,
genuinely
if somebody doesn't like that I call them dude, I can't do business with it. And that's
right.
I think I was in tears laughing.
Go straight. You're
so
going
hard.
straight. You're going straight. You're not turning. Going straight.
And I think
Not
I was
there
in
yet.
tears because it's so true. And I'll never forget one time when I first met Mo. she
That's me. by
yeah.
the way.
Oh yeah,
That's Mo, by the way.
Mo
Should have
Money.
introduced.
She said to me, "Oh, Tina, I have a client for you who you're just going to get along with great because she effing cusses all the effing time, and so do you, and you guys can just talk." And she is really cool, and it's really nice to know that I can be open with somebody, and that's just sometimes how we talk. I mean, do I talk that around my kids? No. I mean, have I ever dropped it? Absolutely. I think that's why my kids don't cuss, probably, is because I have
You're going
before.
circle it, right?
But if you can't be yourself around people, I mean, who can you be yourself around? You know, I mean, does that make sense?
Yeah.
I listened to a really cool, the Life Coach School. If you haven't listened to the Life Coach School podcast, I highly recommend it. She talked about how, you know, you can have a peach, and there's going to be people that just don't like peaches, and that's okay. And adding on, and that's okay, because we believe in our minds. I grew up with a grandmother who I loved dearly, but she was a people pleaser, and I took that on, right? Like, I had to please everybody, and if somebody didn't like me, it was like, I mean, just destroyed by it, right? And
Me
so
too.
listening to that and realizing, okay, not everybody's gonna like you, and that's okay, right?
It is okay.
I was
But
shocked-
you
I
can
was
take
shocked,
that
though.
peach thing even a step further and a step deeper, right?
Uh-huh.
Not necessarily it's that they don't like peaches. Maybe they just don't like the fuzz.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So maybe they're not like looking at you collectively like I don't like all of her. Maybe that's just like this one fuzzy part. But
Yeah.
they like the core, the meat, the juice, the pulp. You know what I mean?
I was always shocked,
thought of it
though.
that way.
I was always shocked because I always thought I was so cool. You know, and I still, I still do.
You are
But
cool.
yeah, but I was kind of like, why
then you go all the way
wouldn't
around.
that
I love
person want to hang out with me or do business? That's so weird. Like, if I were somebody, I'd want to do business
Right.
with me or hang out with me. But you know what? I can be obnoxious at times. I mean, maybe I'm just too loud sometimes for people, or talk too much, or whatever. And you know what? There's a
And
little
sometimes
piece of me
maybe
that's
it's
okay
not
with
you.
that.
Sometimes maybe it's them.
Well, see, that's kind of what I think.
And you know what? It's okay. Well, maybe sometimes it is you, but maybe
No.
sometimes it is them. You know what I mean?
It's never
I have
us.
the same
Never
thoughts.
us.
Yeah, and you know, I just kind of put it out of my head thinking, hey, you know what? It's okay.
And we carry those insecurities with us too.
Totally.
Like, if people haven't
It's
liked
hard.
us from when we were kids,
Yeah.
it is amazing. And I was just thinking the other day, like, do we believe people are for us or against us, right? Because if we believe they're for us, we're more willing to like take the jump and do something that we might not normally do, that maybe is out of our comfort zone. But if we believe that people are naturally going to be against us, and I realize this comes up a lot, like sometimes you'll say something to somebody and they take it so negatively, and it was not intended that way at all, right?
Yeah.
But you realize they're coming from a world of like, people have hurt them in the past, and so that's just how they receive all information, right?
Yes, it's true.
And so, I mean,
It's like their own personal filter.
yeah. And so I think we need to start believing that people are for us, because we're a lot more similar than we are different, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so I feel like that's what we want to do on this thing too. And we want to do some fun giveaways too, because, you know, you're kicking off today because it's in honor of my mom's birthday, right? So happy birthday in heaven, Mom.
Happy birthday and happy
And my mom was always like, you know, life is a gift, and you need to, like, she wrote this song and the lyrics were like, I wish you wings so you could soar and find the life you're alone are destined for, right? And I feel like how many of us are not fully living that because we have fear or we have something that's holding us back, right? And we just need to like surround each other and encourage each other and be each other's cheerleaders and be like, yeah, go for it, right?
Yeah.
So
And life's too short.
yes,
It is
right?
too short.
Yes.
You know,
exactly.
I look at things that I have friendships for some reason that have, you know, gone away years ago, or opportunities. You know, it's too short. And you know what? If I want to do something, I'm going to do it. If my grandmother used to always say, if I want to eat that cookie, I'm going to eat it.
That's right.
You
Eat
know?
that
My
cookie.
grandmother just said chocolate was healthy for you.
Yeah.
Eat that cookie.
Yeah, and I'm going to eat it. I'm going to do it. You know, if it makes me feel good, as long as it's not
back
hurting
for me.
anybody.
We're dropping off signs, by the way.
You know, that is, then might as well do it.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Well, so we thought we'd have a giveaway today because I felt like in honor of my mom's birthday, there should be gifts, right? You
Oh,
know?
God, yeah.
And since we have a single mom with us, and I thought it'd be kind of cool to honor single moms, which, by the way, if anybody has someone you want to nominate, post their name or message us or whatever, and then tell us why, the great things they do.
So we don't want to hear any sob stories because we're overcomers, right? Everybody's got a sob story, and we want to focus on all of the amazing things that mom does. So share the amazing things. And I've been driving around with, so my dear friends, Desiree, Jen, and Beth, for my birthday 6 months ago, gave me this awesome gift certificate for a massage, right? At Tranquility Day Spa, right? $150. And so I thought it was super awesome. And I've had joy just driving around knowing that there's a massage in my future, right? Right? But realistically, I haven't even taken it 6 months. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to pass it along, right? And that we could honor a mom today and just give her a massage, and like if she needs childcare, we'll figure that out. We have a nanny that can maybe watch their kids too or whatever. So nominate a mom, and then the winner will get a massage, right? And so if you have something too that you think would be cool that you've had sitting around that you've been driving around with, it is holiday season. We are in Thanksgiving mode and giving stuff away. And so
that's awesome.
So yeah.
How do you nominate somebody anyway? Do you put it in there?
Yeah, if you're friends with them on Facebook, just post their name below so we'll know that you're nominating
Because I do
them.
have somebody. I can nominate somebody, right?
There you go.
Okay,
You can
cool.
nominate
Yeah,
somebody. We can all nominate somebody.
Yeah,
So-
I do. I've met a lot of great people this past year.
Destination.
So it'd be hard to nominate just
Right.
one,
We're gonna
but
put them all through the neighborhood.
since I can't nominate either one of you two, right?
Well,
Then
we're
I
nominating
can't nominate-
single
then I'm-
moms
yep, then I'm
today,
gonna-
right?
yeah.
Because
Well-
I think
well,
that's
she
I'm
wasn't-
nominating Tina.
I know. My back really hurts.
It's official.
Can I? Well, she's not a single mom anymore, but she was. Okay, I'll have to think about that
So,
because I don't really know any single moms. Do I?
nominate
How weird is
yourself.
that? You're a single mom and you don't know any other single moms?
I know.
You need to start like a single mom support group.
That's not true. I do know a single mother. Oh my God, she's one of my really good friends too.
She's-
But you know what? She hasn't. I don't really. My God, I hope she is not.
Embarrassing.
Yeah.
She's not watching. Oh, I need to put one right here. Okay.
So, well, though, sometimes when you're, I don't know. I'm not going to talk anymore because I'm just like digging a hole
You're
right
so
now.
fired.
Well, she has a boyfriend, so it's kind of like, they're really cute together and stuff, and I see them being together for a while. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So also, if you want to be our next ride-along guest, because what we thought we would do is if, there's moms, I know there's some moms that they only have one car in their household, and so if their husband goes to work, they are stuck at home. So I have car seats in my car, you can be my next ride-along. We can just talk about whatever you want to talk about. So, put your name below, too, if you want to
yes,
be our next guest. I think
Yes.
because it's the holidays next week, we're going to skip a week, and we'll come back December 6th. So,
I don't know. It might be a good week because a lot of people are off.
I'm going to be away.
Oh, well, that's why we're not going.
Unless you want to be out of town with me ride along. I mean, hey, we could do ride alongs from anywhere. So that's true. I will be down by Lake of the Woods. So if you are down by Lake of the Woods and you want to be my ride along, definitely put that on there. But we're all over Northern Virginia all the time anyway. And so, that sounds fun.
But you're good at multitasking. I would be all over the road driving. This is a nice little
She's doing
neighborhood.
good. It's like
I
it's
am
a
not
team
good at
effort.
multitasking. I am
team
very
effort.
much a
You're doing
squirrel
good.
person. But that's why I like this. This is fun.
You're doing good.
No, I mean you haven't missed any.
So you need a
exits.
navigator.
I know. Like
navigator
she hasn't missed
along.
anything. I mean, that's for
Navigator
sure. Those are
in
nice
life,
houses. Where's the
not
house?
just in the car.
Where's the house? Where's the listing?
It's coming. We're not there yet. We're
Oh my God,
almost
that's
there.
really cute.
So up in that next corner.
We're in
it's
Leesburg
gonna be
today.
all right.
So we
Yeah,
were in
we're in
Gainesville,
Leesburg.
now we're in Leesburg. And we are putting up signs for an open house that will be held open on Sunday. So if you know anybody looking for a home in Creighton Farms, it's beautiful. We'll post
This
a link
is
for that
Creighton
below
Farms?
too.
Yeah, well, it's called Huntley at Creighton Farms. The actual
Okay.
Creighton Farms is across the
I've
street.
heard about that before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are really nice. I love the fact they have a lot of land.
Yeah, they're really pretty.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if you have any questions for Tina, post them. She will go on later this week and answer any that she can for you. And we will see you guys next time. On the
Bye,
6th.
guys. Happy
Love you.
Thanksgiving.
Happy
Great.
Thanksgiving. Can you hit
Oh,
finish?
yeah. How do I do that? Okay. Bye.